Welcome to Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor, Mia. In this week's episode, the boys discover a new favorite holiday. Joshua has to make a formal apology to the fans, and things get heated in a Super Bowl discussion. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sorry for the Delay. Another episode, another week. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. Joshua, how you doing, boy?
I'm doing well, Sean. Thank you, and thank you to everybody who is joining us on this episode. What are we on? What is this? The 21st? What episode are we on now, Sean? 21. Yeah, thank you for joining us, for the listeners and the followers for this 21st episode. We appreciate you all, but I am doing great, Sean. By the way, what do you got in your cup there? Are you sipping on wine still from the last episode? You still got a bottle left, or
no? I was gonna go get another bottle because I know you said you had a bottle waiting for you, but I was too lazy. Got up real early this morning and I was just tired, so I was just like, So I have literally 2 sips of bourbon in here. And then like half a cup of Coke, because that's all that we had left. We went hard, Jesus. Joshua. We went hard for the what I like to call the most devastating Super Bowl of my life, but we went hard. So,
do we plan on talking about the Super Bowl? Do we plan on getting into any of this emotional? Get into this topic. Do we want to go there? Are we gonna? I'll let you decide.
I haven't decided
where
yet.
You want to go with this.
I haven't decided. Let's just start everything off as normal, and we'll see where life takes us. So, Joshua, with that being said, do you have any This Days in History or any fun fucking records that you want our audience to try to beat?
So, as I normally do, which those of you who are keeping track, I do like to mention how many days we have left in the year. So today, on February 20th, you have 316 days left in this year, everybody. So the time's a ticking. Time's ticking. Have you, I always like to ask,
a lot of days.
What have you done? Are you still doing things? Have you given up? Have you become the couch potato you said you were not going to be at the beginning for your New Year's resolution? Have you become that couch potato? Did you not get on the bike and work out? Are the weights dusty by now? You still got time. Yes. You still got time.
Yeah,
I'm here to motivate you. Get up. Get up. Listen to this shit and work out. Listen to us. Mm-hmm. Let me motivate you. So yes, you got some time left. So get on it, everybody. Unfortunately, Sean, I do not have any world records today.
What?
I didn't look up. I know. I'm trying to get more consistent with the world records because I know that is a fun little segment we do, but I did not find a world record today. If somebody else finds it and they want to drop it in the comments down below that maybe you came across, that'd be cool because we do look at the comments. But I do have some holidays to mention if we want to get into that little segment that we talk about every once in a while.
Buzz, I could always use some holidays, Joshua. I need reasons to drink, buddy, other than sadness, So give me some holidays.
And every Tuesday when we jump on together and a little chat.
I mean, basically any day that ends with Y. So
Okay. Well, I got 5. I got 5 holidays that are dropping on this February 20th. I'll start with the one that's, maybe not so beneficial to your health goal this year. But today is actually National Muffin Day.
Oh, shit. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some muffins.
So if you're into muffins, don't feel guilty because they made this day just for you. So have a muffin, everybody.
Joshua, are you a muffin person, bro, or are you a bagel person?
I love me a good muffin top. I will just like the way it flaps over the side. Just the way it peels over the edge. The more that peels over the muffin top, the more I'm likely to put it in my mouth. That's the one I'm picking.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. I'm for it. I'm for it.
Yeah.
Give me them muffin tops, baby.
You can keep those flat little cookies on the shelf. I'm not eating one of them flat cookies. I want something that fits all the way in my mouth. You know what I mean?
That's great. That's great.
Confession. All right.
Thanks, Sasha.
For my next holiday, thought this one was kind of cool. On this February 20th. It's actually Women in Blue Jeans Day.
Women in blue. So just women in jeans? Blue jeans? That's it? That's the holiday?
Yeah, blue jeans. Women in blue jeans. So if you got a pair of blue jeans and you haven't put them on yet, and you got them in the closet, they still got the brand new tag on, today is the day. Mark this on your calendar for next year. But today is actually Women in Blue Jeans Day. Rock the jeans. Bust them out, everybody.
All right. I'm for that.
If you're a woman,
bring it on.
Man, woman, women in blue jeans.
Whatever.
For my third.
Wear the blue jeans. I want to see you.
Whatever you identify as. Put those jeans on.
I just want to see you. Put them jeans on, baby.
For my third holiday, we got National Whistleblower Reward Day. Today.
Sorry, my brain, it doesn't, what? Whistleblower? Like the homie who left to Russia? That guy? Like that? Like somebody who blows the whistle on news and shit? Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
So,
okay.
According to this holiday, you should be able to come out on this day. Yeah, come on out, everybody. And blow your whistle on this day. Because it's National Whistleblower Reward Day. So you will get a reward if you come out on this day and you know.
Joshua, I'd like to come out on this day. I'd like to blow my whistle. Can I blow my whistle?
You can blow your whistle. I should have told you about this one before, because you could have pulled the whistle out of your back pocket and maybe.
Here we go, everybody. You know? The NFL is rigged.
Oh.
I have blown the whistle. Please. I think I hear the cops, Joshua. I think I hear the cops. I think I'm being swatted at the moment.
That, you know, we could.
These are my confessions.
We're gonna get into that. We got more confessions. We're gonna get into that. So blow that whistle. Number 2. You might like this one.
Wait, this is number 3.
Oh, it's number 2 on my list. Sorry, it's I went backwards. I'm jumping around. Okay, so number 3. 1, 2. Yes, number 3 on my list. Again, this isn't scripted. We have fun, everybody. Number 3 on my list. National Handcuff Day.
Oh, so that goes in with the National Whistleblower Day. Okay, nice. Oh, that's good to know. I'm about to be
on the same day.
On the same day. That's my gift, right? Whistle? That's my celebration. They're celebrating me by arresting me. It makes sense now.
Then they handcuff your ass. Yeah. So, good luck to you whistleblowers, because you're getting screwed over on the same exact day you're blowing your whistle.
Oh God.
And my final holiday for this day, February 20th, is Hoody Who Day. I told you about this day, Sean. Hoody Who Day. Bam. Bam. Hoody Who. There actually is a holiday.
What the Hoody Who holiday is.
Okay, so the little research I did, other than find the name of this holiday, like pretty unique, kind of funny. Hoody Who Day is a day that normally happens in the winter time, fall, winter time, where you can go outside on this day and yell at the top of your lungs, Hoody Who, to let all your neighbors know how fucking cold it is. And if going outside, if you can't go outside, it actually says this. If you can't go outside on this Hoody Who Day, they advise you to pick up the phone and call everybody you know and yell Hoody Who over the phone. Because you can't go outside. It's too cold, right?
I gotta call my mom. Hoody Who?
So Hoody Who
That's
isn't just something that you
holiday.
hear in like a rap, video or lyrics or whatever it is, or country or whatever. There is a Hoody Who Day. It's a holiday. It's an actual holiday, everybody.
Beautiful.
Believe it or not.
It's beautiful. I love it. I think that's Joshua. I think that might be our. Sorry for the delays. Goddamn, I'm fucking drunk already. Sorry for the delays. Official holiday is Hoody Who Day. Great holiday. And you know what? It is cold, especially where I am right now. It this morning it was 28 degrees. I think it was.
Jeez.
So pretty fucking cold. So Hoody Who, baby. Hoody Who.
Hoody Who. Yeah, so get it off your chest, everybody. Hoody Who. Today is National Hoody Who Day. Did you have a favorite, Sean?
Incredible.
Of those holidays?
Yeah, Hoody Who.
Did you have a favorite?
Yeah, Hoody Who. We just said it.
Hoody Who takes it? Okay.
Hoody Who takes it, bro. Official holiday of sorry for the delay. Hoody Who.
I'm sticking with the National Muffin Day, bro. I'm going Muffin National Muffin Top Day.
To be fair, muffins are great, so I feel that.
All right, so I got the holidays out of the way, as usual.
Yes, sir.
So what do we dive into after this?
So I don't know, some This Days in History?
This Days in History? Okay, let's go into this
Wait a minute, Joshua.
Wait.
Hang on. I've changed my mind. You know what we haven't done in a while? And excuse the lighting, by the way, because it is like the sun has changed direction now. And so the sun is fucking with everything, but it's going to be fine. Joshua, I want to change gears. We have not done any more values or trends. I want to do some more values or trends. I know you have a list of them up there, so I'd rather do that.
Okay. So Sean is referring to a segment that, we brought to the table a couple episodes ago. So we talked about a couple different things. But if we're going to revisit this topic, I do have some follow-up notes from that episode.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So I have to lay a little bit of context. Joshua was this guy over here, Joshua.
Yes.
Was running these Starbucks cups through the mud. I did.
Yes, you were.
I did.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I would agree. Yes.
But in doing that, I wanted to give them some justice. I was like, well, let's check it out. Let's see if there actually is value. Sean's got some sun in his eyes. Let's look at these Starbucks cups. Okay, so I found a couple here. And if you are one of the lucky people that have these Starbucks cups, open up your cupboard right now, because I'm about to give you some Starbucks cups that are worth lots of money. And maybe you have one of them. Maybe today is your day to get back that money that you threw away when you bet on those piece of shit 49ers. Sorry.
Whoa, bro. Whoa.
Sorry. I said bleep it out. I said it. Sorry. Too soon?
Mia?
13 minutes in?
You know what to do. You know what to do.
All right. We cut that out. We cut it out. Okay. So if you got one of these Starbucks cups in your fridge, look at our refrigerator. Why do I keep saying refrigerator? In your cup. If you have one of these
is anybody
Starbucks
keeping their
cups,
Starbucks fridges in the cups or in the
fuck,
fridges?
dude. Jesus Christ.
Wait, do you want to, Joshua, do you want to share your screen so we can see the cup? Do you have them on?
No, I didn't. No, I don't. No, we're going to have to,
okay.
We'll have to pop that in. There is a list though.
We'll pop it in.
All right. So once again, open your cupboard, check it out. If you have a 2020 Edmonton City mug, this one sold at auction for $12,000.
Excuse me?
Yes.
$12,000, Joshua?
So this guy over here, once again, Joshua, the guy who was talking shit about people who collect Starbucks cups. I was doing that. I'm sorry, but if you have this 2020 Edmonton City mug, that mug sold for $12,000.
$12,000. That's insane, bro. That's insane.
That's a lot of money. $12,000 for a mug that you got, at a Starbucks somewhere at wherever you pick this thing up. So that is a lot of money. I have one more because I just, have to apologize to anybody who has these mugs. Yeah. The next one I found, it's a Charlotte coffee mug. This one sold for $5,661.
Like Charlotte City, correct? Like that?
Yes,
Charlotte
correct.
City?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, it didn't say
What?
Charlotte City. It says
What
Charlotte
the fuck?
coffee mug.
Okay.
So if you are sitting on your couch wondering how can I get more money somewhere, take a look at your Starbucks cups, because you may have one of these cups in your cupboard, and if it's in mint condition, you could come out of one of these cups for $12,000, maybe $5,000. There's a few more. Look them up. They're worth money.
Joshua, I think we're in the wrong business here.
I'm sorry.
Buddy. I think we need to be invested in Starbucks cups. Just saying.
Yeah, those. Yeah, and 2020. That's not even that long ago. If you think about it.
No, bro. No. Literally, still little babbies, little babby cups.
And isn't Edmonton up in near Seattle or in Washington or no?
I don't know. Mia will tell us.
I thought it was up there.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought
it's somewhere.
It was up there.
Sure.
So that was my apology for, is it value or is it just a trend? That is my apology for Starbucks cups. Stanley cups, I didn't find shit, so those things are still garbage.
Can confirm, still garbage, full of lead.
Full of lead. Yeah. Yeah, go for the Starbucks, do not buy the Stanley. So that is what I got for that. But
nice.
Let's get on to another trends in value. So I started thinking about that when I came up with the segment. Couple here. Okay. And these are questions I'm going to ask you, Sean, and anybody else who wants to add down in the comments, as we usually say. So for 2024, trends versus values. Let's talk shoes.
Okay, sure.
Shoes. Do you think shoes are a
shoes
trend?
In general, just shoes?
Shoes. Yeah. Shoes. I mean, shoes.
I mean, no
Let's
specific
talk about it.
shoe? You're not talking about Yeezys?
No,
We're not talking about Air Force Ones? Like, what are we doing? Like, we're some Jordans? What's up? Just shoes?
I didn't get specific. So I looked up a Starbucks cup, and that's the value I got it. So if anybody if anybody wants to look at some shoes, I just, it's a broad spectrum I threw out here on this trends versus value, right? I know there's some expensive shoes out there. I do know, so I'm not ignorant and I'm not stupid. But for somebody like myself who doesn't buy anything other than Vans, judge me. But I don't buy Nikes. I don't buy Adidas. I don't buy, I'm not wearing suits and ties. I'm not buying fucking red bottoms or any of these fucking fancy ass shoes, whatever, So it's not an investment I'm making, but that's why I'm posing the question to you, Sean. Are you somebody who feels like shoes are a value, or are they just a trend?
So I feel like shoes are... Oh, I'm going to get so much hate for this. I feel like shoes are just a trend.
We're okay with hate. Bring it.
There is no value to them whatsoever. Because I've seen people, we know people who are sneakerheads, bro. And the amount of time and care and debt that these people are in, like, is amazing to me. It's amazing. All for something that when you wear them, you're scared of actually walking in them because you don't want them to crease or get fucking stepped on. Like, shoes are meant to be fucking worn in and used, which is why I'm a big Vans proponent. Like, these shoes they're not fucking $500 shoes. they're like $100 shoes, right? But I feel confident enough to just walk outside with these Vans, you know? And people buying these Yeezys or these fucking big ass boot shoes, whatever, and like just doing it for like the quote unquote clout, you know? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's a trend. It's a trend, and you can't tell me otherwise.
So can I ask you a personal question?
Sure. Go for it.
What is the most you've ever spent on a pair of shoes?
On a pair of shoes?
Yes.
The most I've ever spent on a pair of shoes is $150, which were these limited edition Disney high top Vans that I use at Disneyland, only at Disneyland.
Exclusively. That's an exclusive wear.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the most I've ever spent on shoes. A close second is the shoes that I wear to work. Those shoes run me about like 110, but they're like composite toe, so it's like, you know, you're going to spend a little extra money to protect your feet. So that's it. That's the most I've ever spent, Joshua. How about you? Have you spent more than $150 on shoes?
No, I'm sitting around that range, but it's kind of sad because the shoe, the amount of money I spent on that shoe, I can't even wear it on a regular basis. It's a very specific shoe, like you mentioned. It was the shoe that I spent the most amount. It was around the same amount. It was actually a golf shoe to play golf in, and it was
there's something else that's a waste of money.
Golf shoe. Jesus Christ! Did you just say golf's a waste of money? Let's not go on a tangent here. You know, we're getting all that.
We got plenty of time of the year to get on golf.
Oh my God, I know. Yeah, no, but golf, yes, it was. That was probably the most expensive pair of shoes I've bought. Were a pair of golf shoes. They were Nikes, and they were. The reason I can justify $150 is like any athlete, anybody who spends money on equipment. When you buy good equipment, you do feel the difference. So if you play soccer, if you play anybody who, you know, basketball, if anybody who uses their feet for their sport, I mean, I know people use their feet in every sport, but like if you need to be stuck to the ground, if you need traction, if you need, you know, some agility and movement and you know, things like that, like a shoe does make a big difference. But full circle, like if you're walking around in a $500 pair of Yeezys or whatever these fucking things cost, it's not like you're going to walk better. They're not going to make you fucking taller. All of a sudden, you know, do they make you more attractive? Does somebody look at your fucking shoe and just ignore the fact that you're ugly? You know, like, or your breath stinks, like, you know, like cigarette and coffee breath. Or you like, you know what? I don't care that his breath smells like shit. He's wearing Yeezys. That motherfucker, you know, like he's beautiful. Yeah, like, oh, he's great. Not to diss on Yeezys, but you know what I mean? Like, a shoe isn't going to all of a sudden make somebody like you, you know?
Yeah, well, so, you never know, because there's a bunch of people who are like sneakerheads, right? So like if a sneakerhead looked at you and you had some nice pair of shoes on, then they probably fall in love with you. But the majority of the population don't care what you're wearing on your feet, bro. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, controversial take. Sorry, just hit the mic. It's like car people, Joshua. It's like car people, bro. Like, nobody cares what you drive unless you're a car person. Then it's like, oh, look at that Miata over there. Oh, it's got that turbo. You know, like nobody gives a shit about that unless you're a car person. Same thing with shoes. Nobody cares what you're wearing on your feet except if you're a shoe person. So,
yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is a little controversial because some people do love their shoes. But if you are a shoe collector, I highly recommend you getting your shoes insured, if that's even a possibility. Because if your fucking house burns down and you got $30,000 worth of shoe in there and you do not have insurance on those shoes, you have completely thrown away your investment.
Oh yeah.
So,
yep, 100%.
If you care that much about a shoe or anything in your life, you know, that way, maybe think about insuring it, because there could be a day when some shit happens, you know, floods happens, fires happen, shit like that. Like maybe, you know, like your shoes, you know, you could just grab that one box and run the fuck out of your place. If you're somebody who's got like closets full of shoes, you're fucked. You know, are you grabbing your shoes instead of your dog? Are you grabbing your shoes instead of, your girlfriend or your wife or your kids? Like, come on. Like, think long and hard about what you're investing in,
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
I don't know. I'm kind of with you in a way that it's probably because I wear Vans all the time. I'm not a big shoe advocate. I think it's more of a trend, or if you love it, go for it. But I don't think they're going to take you further, and they're certainly not going to impress anybody if you smell like shit.
Yeah, very true.
You got bad cologne on, or some musky fucking upper lip stench. Like, if you're not getting past your shoes are fish. Yeah, you lean in for a kiss, they're not looking at your face. I mean, it's just, come on, they're looking at your shoes. Like, ugh. Yeah. So trend versus value. I think we're both going I think we're going more trend than value.
Yeah, more
think
trend
we're in
than
agreement
value.
on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. And sorry to anybody if we offended you and you love your shoes. We can appreciate your passion. I think I can speak for me and Sean. We can appreciate your passion for shoes.
Yeah. I'm all for it. Hey, you do you. You're not hurting anybody. Fucking keep buying the shoes, dude. Don't let us stop you.
Okay. So we just talked about something that both of us are just going to call a trend, because clearly we wear a similar style shoe and we don't
Very true.
care about shoes. We're not doing it that way. Now let's talk about something that we're probably going to be a little biased about, and people probably could agree.
All right.
What about Funkos? Are Funkos a trend? Are Funkos a value?
I think Funkos, unfortunately, are just a trend, Joshua. Like with any plastic toy, it is, what is the trend of the day? What is the flavor of the month kind of thing? And the reason I can say that is because with this whole Super Bowl thing, I don't know, Joshua, if you've seen or not, but Travis Kelce had a moment in the sun for a second where he was shirtless and holding a beer, right? That's a pop culture moment, right? Funko decided to make that into a Funko Pop, right? So shirtless Travis Kelce holding a beer, or whoever fucking, I think it was Travis Kelce, pretty sure. Anyways, it was made into a Funko Pop, and that is not a value, bro. That is a trend. So, as much as I love the amount of Funkos that I have here, I know that they're just plastic toys, and I know that there's, like, if the economy broke now and we all had to go back to like trading seashells, like nobody would want to trade fucking 5 grains of rice for a Debo Samuel Funko Pop. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they're a trend, but it's a trend that I love. So
good answer. I was hoping to stir it up a little bit with that one, because if anybody's watched a lot of the other episodes, we tend to show Funkos on almost every one. So if you'd like to take a look back at some of the collectible Funkos that me and Sean have acquired over these last 21 episodes, I think most of them have Funkos, so some of them don't. You could take a look at a small fraction of what we've collected over these episodes and what we've kind of like, what we like. So if you're interested, look back. It's towards the end of every episode. We always do that. But I'm kind of with you, Sean, kind of. But more on the yes side. I think they are trendy. They are trendy. They do hold right now value.
yeah,
But I don't think they're going to, get you off of life support, if you need that kind of money. I don't think they're gonna. It's going to be, a $2.5 million Funko that just says you can just drop in a piggy bank somewhere and say, this guy can get a heart transplant just by giving somebody a Funko. Like, I don't think they're going to hold that kind of value. But because, like you, I do appreciate the artistry and the cool style of Funkos and like what they do with them and everything like that. Like I'm doing the same thing. I'm collecting them and I love them. I don't know if I ever will sell them. If I ever have kids someday, I'll probably come home and they'll all be out of the boxes, all on the floor, and I'm probably gonna have a dad moment where I'm gonna freak out,
beating the shit out of all of them.
Even though I didn't plan on ever selling them, like it just, it's kind of like that's my shit sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like the 50-year-old version that's got all the toys. If you've ever seen that movie, it's like, oh, fucking these are all my toys. But yeah, I maybe someday I will turn around and sell them for some kind of value. But I think right now they will continue to be, they'll continue to be a trend, not a solid value for myself.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's always fun. I mean, just like with the shoes, like it ain't hurting nobody. We're just collecting plastic. You're collecting rubber and leather. Like, fun times. Fun times, dude.
You want to go over one more? Or do you want to move on to, our post-Valentine Day episode segment? Okay, one more before we get to the post-Valentine Day stuff, because that's fun.
Yes, sir.
One more. I don't know how many of these you have, and I don't know how many of these people listening have, but I'm curious to know.
Mm-hmm.
Are comic books a trend, or do they hold some kind of value? Do you have comic books? Let me start there with do you own comic books, Sean?
I do not own any comic books. I love comic books. They're fucking awesome. They're cool, fun to look at. But I'll tell you this one, Joshua. I think comic books do hold value. And now here's the reason I'm going to say that. It's because comic books have been around for decades at this point, right? And a lot of them still hold some monetary value, Like, you probably could trade a first edition Spider-Man for, like, a small Tesla, Mm-hmm. Like, I think there is more value in comic books than there is currently in, like, Funko Pops. I think eventually everybody wants to be on that same level as comic books, or, like, close to that level where you put out a set release of comics and then people who save those comics, like, there has to be a bigger market. It's almost the way I feel about Pokemon cards. But that could be another one for later, but there's still some type of value there, I feel, for comic books rather than that. So I'm going with value. Comic books, value, even though I have none of them.
I like your decision, Sean. And the reason I like your decision, because I do own a significant collection of comic books. I do.
Of course you do, Joshua. Of course you do.
I do own comic books. I do own comic books. I kind of got into collecting comic books as a kid. Originally kind of starting with like the Avengers, Batman, Spider-Man, all the original, kind of Marvel character type stuff. And I don't know initially where that collecting of comic books came from. I just know I really loved the artwork, the drawings, the that whole thing. So I do have some comic books. Some of them are worth a decent amount of money. Again, nothing that's going to save me on life support, but they're not gonna get me out of forever debt. Like if I decide to go out and buy something stupid, like, hey, let me go buy this fucking thing. Like I can afford a Porsche. No, I can't. Shut up. Here's a comic book for that Porsche. Get out of here. It's not happening. But comic books, I think, do hold value still, because mine still do. They're worth a decent amount of money. But I do have some family members that also have comic books and some first edition comic books, mind you. And those things are pretty cool to look at, because a lot of your, sorry if you don't give a shit about comic books, anybody, because I fucking, if you like art, whatever, it's fucking fast forward this part. I don't give a fuck. But you know what I mean? I don't know. Fuck.
Good.
But whatever. Comic books, I do think they're great. They're cool for kids, instead of digging their nose into, say, maybe a computer or whatever, and getting them to read and look at pictures, and maybe they want to be an artist someday. I think it's a good starting point, a good jump off point. But what I do not know right now, because I've stopped collecting comic books. There isn't even a comic book store, I think, where I live anymore. There used to be one growing up. That's where I'd spend my money as a kid. Yeah, I know they closed. But I don't know how valuable newer comic books are.
Oh, see, that's where I'm like, so first of all, to your point, Joshua, the reason I think comic books hold more value than Funkos is because the artistry, right? There's something about having a piece of art, whether it's like a Picasso painting or a comic book, that just speaks more volumes than a Toucan Sam, made from Funko. It's just something to art that holds more value. Now, you could argue the fact that these Funko Pops are arts, frozen, right? Frozen little bits of art. But I think that with the Funkos, it's one-dimensional, That's Toucan Sam, But with comic books, and each art section of a comic book, each picture, you could argue that there is multiple meanings for that picture, right? So it's more than just one dimension. It's multiple dimensions. And I think that's where the value really comes in. So I feel it.
And I think I've always liked comic books because they there's story there. I've always loved stories, whether they're true stories, fictional stories, just kind of sci-fi stories. I think I've always loved story. And even though I don't read too well, I sure love the pictures.
Yeah. That's what got you.
And then I would
school,
try to redraw the pictures. I would try to redraw it, trace them and do all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I love comic books. I think that they're still trend. I just don't know if any of the newer comic books are going to, outlive some of the original stuff.
And that's the sad part. Like we won't know until we're probably on our deathbeds whether or not your 2022 Spider-Man Into the Multiverse comic book that you got at a dying comic book store is going to be worth anything, But I think that's the risk that you take with these new quote unquote values and quote unquote trends. Like maybe one day this Toucan Sam will be worth $1 million Toucan Sam bucks. Who knows? It's the risk you take.
Yeah. I think if you're going into anything that you like, or are you just kind of like, if you're going into it just for money, you're always going to be gambling. But if you're like, I don't want to say like me or Sean, but if you are kind of into loving something, it doesn't matter if it falls off in value, because you still have a piece of history for yourself that you can look back on and enjoy looking at it, even if it isn't worth $100 and that's what you paid for it when you first bought it. Like exactly. That does fucking hurt. That does hurt. But if you love it, it doesn't matter. So I think continue to find trends or values, whatever you're going for, but go into knowing that your investment could no longer be a value if it's just a trend. So love what you start, and then take it from there. Maybe you'll get lucky and it will be worth something, but love it first before you try to look at it as a piece of, money in your bank account. Yeah. And there you have it. That is my trends versus values, little segment.
Very good.
Little controversial. I'd like to hear some feedback.
Controversial. Yeah. Please leave it down in the comments. Let us know how stupid we are and how shoes are the best value you could ever have.
I know, right? Maybe we'll talk about socks at some trend versus value. Are socks valuable?
Some more ideas.
Maybe we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Socks.
So Joshua, let's talk about some post-Valentine's Day shenanigans. Did you get up to anything? Did you give your seeds away?
I did not do anything wicked or wild for my Valentine's Day. I kept it simple. The seeds, unfortunately, did not grow as fast as I thought they would have. I thought I would have flowers by now. I know it's only been a couple days, but they did say they are seasonal, and then they grow now. They're not the annual; they are seasonal. So I thought they were going to grow faster than they did. But I made up for the seeds, everybody. I bought my girlfriend some flowers too, so don't look at me like if I'm total, this guy's just buying seeds, trying to be a weirdo. Yeah. I just make it fun. I try to make things fun. I'm not your cookie cutter boyfriend or, partner in crime, whatever you consider me as. I like to make everything fun in life, and if you can appreciate fun, you will appreciate me. So, but I did find out a fun little fact about Valentine's Day. I found out 45% of people tend to break up or prefer to break up before Valentine's Day.
Oh, so almost half the amount of people like to break up before Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Huh.
Can you believe that?
Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, I do believe it. It makes sense. Like, if I break up with you right now, Joshua, if it was before Valentine's Day, right? If I broke up with you then, I don't have to buy you a gift. I don't have to buy you flowers. I just go home to my fleshlight and enjoy the night.
But after that, I got one more percentage on the Valentine's Day breakup or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What are the 5% of people that are breaking up on Valentine's Day doing? There's a percentage of people, 5% of people break up on the day of Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Do you think it's just arguments? Like, you're at a restaurant and she grabs the wrong fork and you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she's like, what do you mean? I'm just eating a salad. And then you're just like fucking pissed because it's the wrong fork. And you're like, that's not your salad fork. That's your main course fork. And then it's just like stupid shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but people are breaking up. What I did read, I think the 5% of people who do break up, it sounds obvious. I don't need to tell you this or mention this, but it is obvious that most of these relationships were failing for probably over a year. They were already going down in flames, and Valentine's Day is just kind of one of those days where they bought the flowers because they had to. They took you to dinner because they had to. They did everything because they had to, not because they really wanted to.
Yeah, I see that.
And then that 5% kicks in on the day of and just says, I'm fucking done.
I'm fucking done with you, boy.
Yeah, but pick another day. I don't know. I don't want to judge you. Yeah, but breaking up with your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your partner, whatever you call them, on the day when they're supposed to feel special, and you do that to them on that day. That's fucked up. So it's a little low. It's a little low. I'm not doing that. But yeah. So I personally, mine was good. That was good. What about you? Did you have a good V-Day?
We did. Yeah, we did. We went to a place called H-Mart, which is an Asian supermarket, and they have full lobsters, right? So you can get a full lobster. Steamed right there, right in-house. And we did that. So we had 2 steamed lobsters, and then we made like a little pasta and just hung out, watched YouTube, and fucking chilling, bro. Chilling. So it was nice. Very good time. It was a good time because we had to recover, Joshua. For the last 5 minutes, Joshua, we'll talk about this because I got to get the emotions out. We had to relax.
How much time do you need to get this all out?
I'm giving myself about 5 minutes here because I want to get through the rest of the episode, Joshua. So let me just get it out. Listen, we are 49er fans. We've established this already. Go Niners, bang bang Niner gang. We went through an emotional turmoil that entire game, right? To be up by 10. And then your kicker misses a fucking kick. Not his fault. It was tipped. So not his fault completely, but if he would have just made the fucking kick, it would have been fine. We would have won that game. No overtime required. Speaking of overtime, right? Can we just say nobody knows the rules of overtime anymore? They should have just left it. If you score first, you'll win. Like, that is the best way to play that shit, right? So clearly nobody understood the fucking rules. Shanahan's only been to the Super Bowl 3 times. I get it. He probably fucked up he fucked up somewhere and he did not understand. Moving on. The game is rigged. It's bullshit. There was a scene going on there's a clip going on Reddit right now where you can see in the last 5 minutes of the game or 4 minutes of the game, Mahomes does this stupid ass run. He runs, right? He doesn't get a first down, but all of a sudden, he gets a first down. It's 1-10. When he clearly was nowhere near the first down marker. They just literally gave him a first down. And there's video proof of this. Go ahead, look it up. You can see it. And it's like, this game is fucking rigged, bro. This game is so fucking rigged. It's ridiculous. And then you got to ask yourself why. And it's because there's so much money to be made. All these Swifties are watching the Super Bowl. This was the biggest Super Bowl to ever air that people watched, right? So there's so much money in the Swifties and in the Mahomes thing. It's fucking ridiculous. And that's it. That's all I have to say. We'll get him next year, you know? Hopefully Joshua's team will show up. But that's it. That's all I have to say. We played great. They, for whatever reason, still just won. So they weren't even. They weren't even the fucking better team. Though.
I was expecting more emotion, Sean. I'm just throwing it out there. I was expecting a little bead of sweat. You know, a couple more raises of the eyebrow. I was expecting that.
I had to really hold myself back, Joshua. I had to hold myself back because I'm tired of crying. I shed all my tears on Sunday. Like I called you, Joshua. I called you for a brief moment.
Did you cry? Did you really cry? Are you ready to admit that on camera? Did you cry?
There were tears, buddy. There were tears in my eyes because it's not every day, it's not every year that you get a team that is so like competitive together, you know, that just works well together, you know? And a lot of these people contracts are expiring and you can't keep everybody, you know? You can't keep them all. And so this was some people's last year to try and do something like this, to win a Super Bowl. And to go out the way they did is just heartbreaking. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, with that being said, Joshua, I'm ready to move on from this. My heart can go on. Please, enlighten me with some fun finds. I'm going to pull from the box.
No, I'm not letting you get out that easy. I'm not letting you get out of it that easy. I don't want to talk too much about it. But now that you're part of the Bang Bang No Ring gang, you know, now that you're part of the Bang Bang No Ring gang, and Mahomes dick slapped your team the way he does to all other teams and the way he does it, I'm glad you got those tears out. I'm glad you've experienced the emotion because a lot of teams out there have experienced this from Mahomes, and every team needs to go through this. Every team needs to get to the Super Bowl. Every team needs to there's always going to be a loser. There's always going to be a winner. And this has to happen. But again, I'm not a diehard Raider fan. Okay. Let me just throw it out there. I love sports. I love combat. I love all that shit, you know? But as a Raider fan, not a fanatic, but as a Raider fan, to watch both of those teams in the brand new stadium that was built for us, it was a hard game to watch. It was hard, you know, and you don't want any of them to win. You hope a fucking earthquake happens, you know, nobody gets hurt, you know, like the Oakland, like the A's, you know, Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants when that earthquake happened, you know, I think it was a World Series, you know, the game ended and that shit was over. I'm secretly thinking maybe none of these motherfuckers get to win. especially not in our house. Maybe the lights go out, some shit happens, that's the controversy I want. Postpone it. I don't want to see a fucking winner. Nobody's fucking winning. Place floods, some shit happens, toilets back up, some weird shit happens. But I truly think for especially the 49ers and the Raiders whose house they played in, and they got to use their poopers, they got to use everything, all their facilities, both of these fucking teams. They got to use our house for this shit. Even the fans came in there and sat in our seats built for us and rubbed their cooties all over that shit. Fucking,
to be fair, Joshua, during the season, most of those seats aren't full anyway, so we do you a favor.
But they are.
Some of those chairs got used.
Just saying, bro. We got our money. But
you did. You made out like bandits. I'll give you that.
It had to happen, and I really hope both of these teams, especially ours and our house, they do something. And I've been talking about it. Maybe for the Raider fans out there or the players out there, they need to put something up in our house that the players can see every time they go into their house and see that those two teams played in there and wiped their ass with our field. Maybe that's the motivation our Raiders need. I don't know, but there's something brewing in that stadium, and the silver and black are going to come through. I'm not saying next year. I'm not saying the year after, but the silver and black will redeem their house. They will come up once again. And sorry your Niners did not get the win. You guys had a great season, but Mahomes, you guys didn't play as good as you needed to play against that guy.
Yeah, no one broke his fucking legs.
Lost.
They should have broke his fucking legs in half. They should have carted that motherfucker off the field. But nobody did.
A lot of tears. A lot of broken TVs. Some relationships broken. But life goes on. Yeah. Both of our teams will be back one of these seasons, and I'm looking forward to it. So,
me too.
Sorry to the Niner fans, but that's Patrick Mahomes for you. He's fucking good. Sorry.
I wouldn't even say he's fucking good. He just got fucking lucky.
He's an athlete. You can say that about any fucking athlete. Some of these finger grabs.
True. He's better than us, so whatever.
They're fucking athletes. They're good. Nobody on that field is not healthy and in shape. Both those teams got there for a reason because they're fucking good.
True. Very true.
So it was cool. It was cool.
Well, with that being said, Joshua, do you have any fun finds or anything you want to share with the class?
All right. For everybody in the classroom, listen up, because I got something special to share with you. I did this last episode. I got another something special, man. I do. I've been coming across some original art lately, and the last few episodes I've been shouting out and promoting original art. And I happen to have another piece of original art that was painted for me specifically. And it kind of goes with what we were just talking about. Matter of fact.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
ties into what we were just talking about. So this piece of original art was done by my niece.
Nice.
And she's pretty talented. And like showed off. Here you go.
Huh. Okay. All right.
Painted. Yeah. It even says Las Vegas Raiders down there.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It could probably be a flag. I like it.
Yeah.
Very cute.
I think she does a pretty kick-ass job painting. I hope she continues to paint because I think she's talented, and I'm happy to show that off. Sure. So nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that. What about you, Sean?
Very nice.
Some
I'm pulling from the box
over there for the class.
Pulling from the Funko box, for those of you who don't know or you're just tuning in right now because he spaced out during that entire episode, we have a box of Funkos that we ordered that were on sale, and because my doo-doo brain does not remember things, I'm pulling them out randomly each week. So each one of these Funkos is a surprise to me and a surprise to you, I guess, because you don't know what they're at. You don't know what they are either. So here we go. Here's the next one for the week. We got a Scooby-Doo Funko. Look at that guy. Holy shit.
All right. That's a space Scooby?
Scooby-Doo in or Scuba. He's in a scuba outfit. I mean, it's kind of hard to. Yeah.
No, I'm seeing it nice and clear. That looks. You know what? I love that because he's got a little helmet on.
Cool. Yeah, he's got a little helmet and shit. He's cute.
I like the color, beautiful. The green. I think they did a pretty good job on that one.
I agree. Beautiful. All right, Joshua, give us some fucking fortunes.
We want to drop a fortune. All right,
I want to drop a fortune.
Let's get a fortune. I still have a few of these. If anybody fucking remembers. How many of the
special K ones do you have left?
Okay, let's see. How many special K? Okay, so I got two special K. And if people don't remember, the special K are the ones with the magic numbers on the back that I read off on every one of these episodes. They have a fortune and some lucky numbers. These garbage, discolored, weird looking. I mean, these things look like they've been on the dash of my truck for, even though they're new, like look
so
disgusting.
Gross.
The panda ones do not have fortunes on them, so. We've kind of
don't have numbers on them. They have fortunes, but they don't have
numbers. Sorry, I misspoke. Yes, they do not have numbers on them. But yeah, so I got two special Ks left, and the rest are just your panda. Yeah, so I may have to order some Chinese food again soon here, and or maybe some muffins. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they got.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
I don't know. Okay, so let's get into it. Wait, are these ones? Okay, cool. So check it out, Sean. I did this on a past episode. I numbered some of these cookies, and it turns out one of the ones that I had numbered got put back in the box. So I'm going to let you pick. I'm going to let you pick.
Sure.
You might not be able to see the number, but since I have two left, one of them has the number 6 on it, big old Sharpie, and the other one is blank. Which fortune do we want to pull here for the class?
Let's do. Oh, shit, this is a tough decision. Let's go 6. Let's do 6. Number 6.
We're gonna go 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sean picks 6. Everybody.
God,
let's get into it.
I swear to God, if it's the fucking one from last week.
I know that last one. I can't even remember the last one from last week. It's fucking. I know it was dumb though.
Show an attitude of gratitude.
Oh, is that what it was? Show an attitude of gratitude. Oh my God.
Something like that.
This one came out broken. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh, I'm already off to a good start.
It was broken. I didn't do that. It was broken. All right, everybody, let's get into the fortune. So the fortune for today on February 20th is your fortune is not something to find, but to unfold.
Well, okay, all right. Read it one more time, Joshua. Read it one more time.
Okay. So your fortune for February 20th is your fortune is not something to find, but to unfold.
Yeah, I like it. I've decided I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
okay.
That was a good pull.
Yeah.
That was a good pull.
Better than last week's for sure.
Yeah, last week's was that was a weird one. All right. On to the lucky numbers that I wish it would be so cool if somebody were to play these things and win.
One day.
But here we go.
One day.
For your lucky numbers on this February 20th, 2024 are 38, 16, 44, 54, 48, and 41.
Okay. All right. One more time.
One more time. Hopefully I say them right again the second time.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Sean had to do a little bit of editing in one of our, or no, Mia did. I should say Mia. Mia did the editing. Yeah, I messed that up. All right. One more time for your lucky numbers on this February 20th, 2024 are 38, 16, 44, 54, 48, and 41 are your lucky numbers. Play them. Let's win something together. Just don't go out and buy some fucking shoes with them.
All those numbers at the very end, Josh, were all 40s. You know that? That's fucking weird. It's like 4 of them that were all 40s.
Yeah, so,
Jesus.
yeah, 44. There's a 44, there's a 48, and there's a 41. So there's 3.
Okay. That's still weird.
I mean, maybe I fucked that one up too. We're going to see the playback. But.
You're good. I listened to both of them. You're fine. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. Another episode. Leave some comments in the doobly-doo. Let us know how we did. I don't know. Joshua, what else you got?
No, just keep watching. We will continue to develop this podcast for all of you. And we like to always throw out there, if there's something that you want to hear about, are interested in, or curious about, myself, Sean, some of the things we talk about, we highly encourage you to throw it in the comments. We'll read them. We'll talk about it. We'll bring it up. So yeah, we encourage all of you who are watching to throw something down there. It makes it fun for everybody. So let's do that together and let's have fun, everybody.
All right, there you go. See you guys next week. Deuces.